following is a motorsports presentation of Television Sports USA, the Mislu Television Network. From Pocono International Raceway in Pennsylvania's Pocono Mountains, this is the third Scoy 500. This afternoon, you will see racing's finest Grand National drivers compete on one of racing's most challenging closed-course tracks. This program is brought to you by the Stroh Brewery Company, family brewed quality for over 200 years. Brewers of Stroh's, Old Milwaukee, and other fine beers. By Ford and your Ford dealer. Have you driven a Ford lately? By Scoy Bandits, for tobacco pleasure without lighting up. It's a pouch instead of a puff. And by the STP Corporation. On the world's racetracks, on the world's roads. Depend on STP. Proven performance.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the most unique racetrack on the NASCAR stock car circuit, Pocono International Raceway in Pennsylvania. It has 3 straightaways of varying lengths and 3 turns of not only different radius, but different banking. I'm Mike Joy, and today 40 of NASCAR's finest drivers will compete in the Scoy 500. My co-host, Donnie Allison, has raced here in stock cars and Indy cars. Every straightaway, every corner on this racetrack is really different.
It really is, Mike. You know, you get going so fast down the front straightaway, which is the longest, and then, you know, 1 and 2 is banked a little bit, but not as much as you might like it to be. And then you got a short chute, another turn, which is flat, and a real short chute, and a long turn that is flat. So it's quite unique.
The drivers, some say turn 1 is the toughest turn on this race course. Other drivers set up for turn 3. Some for the tunnel turn number 2. What it means is we could see 3, maybe even 4 lead changes on any given lap.
Well, I think so, Mike. Like I said, you know, the front straightaway isn't very long, and the first turn is banked, and some guys like to run through there fast, but most go over the tunnel good and 2-3 real good.
The field is set on the starting grid. Let's go down to pit road and Charlie Harville.
There's an interesting alignment at the front row of this race. Starting in the pole position is Neil Bonnet. The car was qualified there by David Pearson, and at the first opportunity, he will be getting in that car to relieve Neil Bonnet, who's still suffering from a broken wrist. On the outside of the front row is Lake Speed. It's the first time that Lake Speed has ever started in the front row in a Winston Cup Grand National race on a super speedway. That'll make things exceedingly interesting. David Pearson has started from the pole in almost 25% of the super speedway races which he's run. It's going to be a great battle right from the very start. We'll be getting to it in just a minute, right after this.
To race fans everywhere, Old Milwaukee means something great. It means the Old Milwaukee race team, racing at its best. And Old Milwaukee means a great beer. Cold, crisp, Old Milwaukee beer. And smooth, golden, Old Milwaukee Light. And Old Milwaukee Light. Tastes as great as their name. Yeah, it doesn't get any better than this.
Know what I have to charge you for every hour Joe works in your car? A lot of money. Right, Joe?
Right.
How long does it take to change an engine, Joe?
A couple of days.
How long does it take to change a Fram oil filter?
A couple of minutes.
So why not look after your car right? By changing the oil and putting in a new Fram oil filter when you're supposed to. But the choice is yours. You can pay me now.
Or pay me later.
Let's take a look at the STP starting grid for today's Scoy 500. Starting on the pole will be Neil Bonnet. He did not qualify this car, though it ran 150.921 miles per hour. This man, the Silver Fox, David Pearson, has put this car on the pole. On the outside pole, Lake Speed, the former world go-kart champion from Jackson, Mississippi, in a Chevrolet at 150.7 miles per hour. Row number 2, the Bandit, Harry Gant, the Scoy Chevrolet at 150. Fourth starting slot, the point-standing leader, Darrell Waltrip, the Budweiser Chevrolet, twice Grand National champion. The man challenging him for the point lead is Terry Labonte in the Piedmont Chevrolet. They'll start in the 5th position. Going 6th, one of the rising superstars of NASCAR in the Coors Ford, Bill Elliott of Dawsonville, Georgia. As the field rolls out, behind Chief Stewart Ernie Moore, let's look at the rest of the field. Richard Petty and Dale Earnhardt in row 4. Row 5, Benny Parsons and Ron Bouchard. Tim Richmond and Cale Yarborough in row 6. Then Bobby Allison and Ricky Rudd. In the 8th row, Rusty Wallace and Jeff Bodine. Row 9, Buddy Arrington and Buddy Baker. Greg Saxon, Dave Marcus in the 10th row. Joe Ruttman and Bobby Hillen Jr. Sterling Marlin and Phil Parsons. Kyle Petty and Dick Brooks in Fords in row 13. Then Trevor Boys and Doug Hebron in Chevrolets. Tommy Gale and D.K. Ulrich. Clark Dwyer, the rookie, and J.D. McDuffie. Ronnie Thomas and rookie Bobby Gerhardt. Jerry Bowman and Bobby Wawak. Then Giacomo Jr. and Bob Riley. Steve Gray and Jim Souther complete the field. There is the broken right wrist of Neil Bonnet as he awaits the start of this race. And as they come off the third turn looking for the flag, we talk to both Bonnet and his relief driver, David Pearson, about their strategy.
I think we decided now that Neil is going to run to the first caution because I wouldn't get a lap if I changed it, but leaders will be so close to me they're afraid that they could draft up on me and give me a lap down right quick.
Neil, how soon are you going to get out of the car?
Well, we're supposed to make the change on the very first caution flag that comes out, and to be honest, I'm hoping that caution's a long way into the race.
450 degrees. That's how hot parts of your car's engine can get, even in ordinary driving.
Watch how heat and stress can break apart your oil's protective molecules. That's motor oil breakdown. STP oil treatment's heat-activated molecules fight motor oil breakdown, fortifying your oil with extra lubricants and anti-wear agents.
Get extra protection. Fight motor oil breakdown with STP oil treatment. STP,
your car care company.
Sounds like there's a bear in the beer.
What are we going to do?
I'll be right back.
Where's he going?
He's going to get that beer from that bear.
That's not just a bear. That's a grizzly.
Yeah, but that's not just a beer. That's fire brewed Stroh's. I thought we had 3 cases. Well, had to make a deal.
Stroh's and Stroh Light fire brewed for smoother taste.
Coming down for the start of the Van Scoy 500. Pace car stretches out the field, makes the dive onto pit road, and Tommy Van Scoy drops the green flag on the field, and with a wave they head for turn number 1. Neil Bonnet has jumped right out in front of Lake Speed and Darrell Waltrip as they come off turn 1.
Yes, that car is handling exceptionally well, Mike, because, Dave was not good enough to sit on the pole in that car, and Neil told me that the car was handling exceptionally well.
Right now, this is the second longest straightaway on the racetrack. As they head for turn number 2, there they go over the tunnel. And down the short straightaway to turn 3. Lake Speed drafting off Neil Bonnet into the long, flat turn number 3. It's the biggest radius turn on this racetrack, but it's also the flattest. Off 3. Past the speed shot camera and down the front straightaway. Tight draft all the way back, single file through the field. But once they hit that straightaway, they fan out. Petty drops to the inside, right side of your screen. As they hustle down this long straightaway and into the steeply banked turn number 1, Bonnet leads, and Lake Speed tries the inside.
And, right there, it looked like Neil's car pushed a little bit, and that is a pretty good place to pass.
Here again.
The next corner is very flat. Across the tunnel, and if you get it a little bit too deep, you flat out get better than somebody.
As Speed tried to dive underneath Bonnet, Harry Gant was right up on his rear bumper, and that's how they go over the tunnel. Turn number 2. Petty is right there. He's moved to the 4th spot. Neil drops to the inside. And into turn number 3. That flat corner for the second time. Lake Speed is right with him. Harry Gant is 3rd. Petty is 4th. Waltrip is 5th. Petty sweeps high off the corner. In Bonnet's draft, as Speed comes throttling down the inside, Harry Gant pushing them along down the front straightaway. 2 by 2. They approach turn number 1. Something's got to give. It is Lake Speed popping up front. And Gant goes to 2nd. They really got a good run down that front stretch.
Well, they did that, Mike, by virtue of the draft. Anytime a car runs around 156 miles an hour, the draft is really effective.
Lake Speed, what's your strategy in the first laps of this race?
Not really. The strategy for the race wouldn't be any different. The confidence level, it just helps the confidence a little bit more, I think. Maybe it might actually turn around and be the other way, and I might be a little bit more laid back than I would be normally, knowing that we really do have the car to do the job, and we proved it 2 days in a row.
always said a race strategy, nobody, no driver, no crew member can predict exactly what they're going to do until that race starts. Until you're dealt a handful of cards, you don't know what you're going to play because you don't know what hand you've got.
Donnie Allison, A.J. Foyt drove that car. You drove that car a number of years on this circuit, and Haas Ellington can put the machine under the driver to do the job on a track like this.
He sure can, Mike. And right now, well, there's Harry coming by Lake Speed, and that car's running exceptionally well lately.
Harry Gant, the Travis Carter engineered Bandit, has gone to the lead. Lake Speed is in second. Challenging up the outside, drops it back in the draft. Richard Petty watches respectfully from third spot. All this dicing up the front of the field. You're watching the leaders. Harry Gant on the left side of your screen. Lake Speed, stage right. And in third, the man who's trying to win his 200th career NASCAR race today, Richard Petty. What does 200 wins mean to a driver's career? Well, Lake Speed would have to win every NASCAR race for the next 6.5 years to equal Petty's mark. And in a season like this, when 8 drivers have already won, it'll be difficult for anybody to win more than 4 or 5.
I think that'd be virtually impossible for somebody to win 200 now, Mike. And Petty has an excellent chance of winning 200 today. You know, he's noted to have a good chassis on his race car, and he's proven right now he's running as fast anybody on the racetrack.
Petty qualified 7th, and the word around the garage is anytime Petty qualifies in the top 10, watch out on race day. Watch out in the straightaway as Petty goes for the lead. Puts that STP Pontiac up in front of the Scoy Chevrolet of Harry Gant. Lake Speed in that Bullfrog Knits car is third. Neil Bonnet, Darrell Waltrip behind them. You see how long and flat that third corner is. It seems like they spend half a lap, half of their time in corner number 3. They move out really close to the wall coming down the front straightaway. Petty, walking the track yesterday, commented how uneven the wall is. It's not concrete like at many tracks, it's steel, and it is kind of wavy there where you guys have bent it around a bit over the years.
Well, I think that it gives you that impression, Mike. It's not really as wavy as he might think it was, but there has been a few guys hit that thing pretty hard.
Probably doesn't look as straight standing there as it does when you whiz by at 160 miles an hour.
No, that's for sure.
Harry Gant is keeping Petty in a tight trap. Lake Speed sticking right with the leaders. Had a run at Rookie of the Year just a couple of seasons ago after coming off the go-kart and short track circuits. He raced all over the world in go-karts, and he says that experience, that running in tight traffic, helped him a lot in preparing for a Grand National stock car career. Speed comes up the outside. Harry Gant drops low. The dust kicked up by Petty. He really likes to run close to that wall.
He does, Mike, and right now he's
trouble. Jerry Bowman has come around, and J.D. McDuffie has collected him coming over the tunnel, and that will bring out the first caution of the day. The veteran campaigner from Sanford, North Carolina, J.D. McDuffie, climbs out of his rumpled furniture Pontiac, and is that car rumpled? And here comes the on-command driver change. David Pearson set to go in for Neil Bonnet. Neil said before the race he hoped that caution wouldn't come until about 10 laps to go. He wanted to go racing, but Pearson will climb into the pole-sitting car. And we'll be back.
NASCAR Petty's Thunderbird up ahead. It's specially prepared and modified for racing.
Ford consultant Jackie Stewart.
Over the years, we've learned a lot from all kinds of racing. Things that make their way into the kind of car you drive today. The aerodynamics, the turbo technology, and the double shocks in the rear of this Thunderbird Turbo Cup were all pioneered by racing. Racing's quite an educator.
Have you driven the best-built American cars? Have you driven a Ford lately?
Roger Staubach,
for Rolaids.
When I race through a meal, I get terrible indigestion.
How do you spell relief?
ROLAIDS, 100% relief.
ROLAIDS. I've tried others, and Rolaids is what really works for me.
Like a sponge, Rolaids antacid medicine consumes 100% of the acid required to give millions 100% relief.
I spell it ROLAIDS. And what could be better than 100% relief?
For millions of Americans, Rolaids spells 100% relief. David Pearson, NASCAR's all-time super speedway winner, now behind the wheel of car number 12 in relief of Neil Bonnet. Bonnet, favoring that broken wrist, is standing on pit road with Charlie Harville.
Neil, you weren't in the car very long. What are the track conditions like?
Well, the track feels pretty good. I've done a lot of work on it, put down some new surface, and the car feels super. It's, I hated to get out. I was hoping to have a caution about 100 miles in the race, let me run a little bit, but David's doing an excellent job for us, and I certainly do appreciate it.
He looks like a boy on Christmas night after all the toys have been put away. He's been told to go to bed.
And I'll tell you right now, Mike, I'm sure you're not the happiest man at Pocono Speedway.
He'd like to be out in that race car, and look at them fan out down the front straightaway on the restart. Now Pearson is at the tail end of the field as Cale Yarborough comes down the right side of your screen and picks up several spots on the restart. Petty will lead them off the corner. Most of the leaders did not pit on this early caution flag. Harry Gant's right with him. Lake Speed is in the third spot. Tight draft down the Long Pond straightaway, as it's called. Terry Labonte challenging Walter for the point lead. Right now he's in fourth. And Dale Earnhardt in the Richard Childress car runs in fifth. And here is Petty extending the lead. It is only 3 car lengths, but it's the biggest lead of the day.
Well, I noticed that last time that Harry Gant and Lake Speed's car got sideways come off the fourth turn, and I think that's the reason why Richard got that little bit of lead. And they couldn't get it up the draft back down the front straight and get back up.
But now in the front straightaway, Gant has again caught Petty. That yellow hood was Earnhardt. The white one on your right is Terry Labonte. Cale Yarborough is right in the middle of all that. And Bill Elliott slams down to the inside in turn 1 in his red Ford. Of no concern to the 2 leaders. They open up a bit of gap on the field, and when Gant sees that big break in his rearview mirror, he goes for the lead. Harry Gant at 33. Burt Reynolds and Hal Needham own Chevrolet. And Petty's car, now owned by record company executive Mike Kerms. There's a little bit of Hollywood in the front of the field. In fact, Walter Wood, movie producer, owns a piece of Labonte's car. Well, that's all Hollywood. This is stock car racing, and Petty goes for the lead again against Harry Gant. All the passing so far has been done on the inside.
Well, and I'm sure on that particular corner right there too, Mike, like I said before, it looked like Harry Gant's car got a little loose last time, and that time it did get loose. That's why Richard was able to run up under it.
As a driver, you've got to notice and take advantage of that kind of thing. How the other guy's car is handled.
Well, see, what happens right now is Richard might have him beat in one corner or the other, but losing to him a little bit like he is right here in the first turn. So he's got to take advantage of where his car's working the best.
That's the wonderful thing about watching a race at this track. Every corner is different, every straightaway is different, and the lead can change hands 3 times in one lap, and it looks like this lap, maybe it will. Petty looks to the inside again. Coming up on the corner, drifts a bit higher. And as they cross over the tunnel, they're single file. Gant, Petty, Terry Labonte. Boy, is Gant's car loose.
That's what I was talking about, Mike. That car really gets loose off that little turn across that tunnel, and the same thing off the turn 3. And Richard's car right now is getting a little bit better of a bite.
So Gant's car set up for the steeply banked turn number 1. Petty's car working off turn 3.
And Petty's car got loose that time, Mike. And what happens in a draft that tight when there's 6 or 8 cars in a draft like that, the guy second, third, and fourth really has a hard time getting off the corner because that car doesn't want to get loose.
Terry Labonte gets through. He gets through Richard Petty for second. Harry Gant, Terry Labonte, Richard Petty, the front 3 cars. In fourth, Dale Earnhardt. Now Labonte flexes the muscle of his Chevrolet and just grabs by Gant. Petty goes with him. And Gant gets hung out to dry out of the tryout. Here is Earnhardt. Earnhardt, and he slips underneath Harry Gant. Same place Gant had problems the last 3 or 4 laps.
And Harry's car is getting looser and looser every lap, Mike. And that's the thing that happens here at this racetrack. When I ran here, I noticed the same thing. I started out with a car that I thought was plenty tight, and in 5 or 10 laps, I was so loose I couldn't drive it.
Yarborough's moved up to 4th, and Earnhardt in the blue and yellow number 3 car wants to go all the way to the front, and that 3-wide racing allows Labonte a bit of margin. Earnhardt's the meat and the sandwich. In turn 1, he goes up high, and Cale Yarborough gets the bottom of the racetrack, and he pops up in 2nd spot. So Earnhardt will be 3rd, and Richard Petty will drop to the 4th position. As they head for the tunnel turn, here's Trevor Boys on pit road in the James Hilton automobile. And Dale Earnhardt moves up on Yarborough for the 2nd spot. Earnhardt, former Rookie of the Year, Grand National Champion, now rides 2nd behind Terry Labonte. Cale is 3rd. Richard Petty is 4th. Harry Gant slides up the outside. He's in 5th. And Earnhardt wants the lead.
Well, I'll tell you what, now this racetrack is kind of suited to Dale Earnhardt. He doesn't mind a bit, slide a little bit here or there. And there comes Cale down underneath, making it 3 abreast on the front stretch.
Cale Yarborough took advantage of that huge drag created by 2 cars side by side. He got the lead. Earnhardt's going to steal it away before they get out of the corner. Dale Earnhardt on the bottom of the racetrack, right side of your screen, dueling Cale for the lead. Where the rest of the cars line up will dictate the front spot. They fall in behind Yarborough, and Earnhardt goes back pedaling through the field.
Mike, that's that draft I was telling you about right there. Terry Labonte got right behind Cale, and they just pulled right back by Dale Earnhardt.
If you don't have a partner, you can't dance, and you can't draft. So Yarborough will lead it. Lead has changed twice, 3 times on this lap. As they come back to start finish, here's Petty. Drops in line in 4th. Cale Yarborough the leader. Labonte in 2nd. Earnhardt 3rd. Petty 4th. Single file this time. Nobody trading places. Bill Elliott comes down low in the Ford. He's about in the 8th spot. Bobby Allison ducks his Buick down to the low side. Allison in 7th. Spinning out, Clark Dwyer brings his car around at the entrance to the road race course in the Pocono infield, and that will prompt the caution for the 2nd time today. Here's Yarborough on pit road. Waddell Wilson and the Hardee's crew waiting for him, and he just narrowly misses a car cutting into his pit stall. Waddell Wilson and the crew go to work as Harry Gant gets service from Travis Carter. Let's look at the replay.
Mike, it shows that Stuart Mullen tried to lead just as Cale got there. I'm sure he didn't see him and almost hits him in the side.
They'll line up for the restart when we return to Pocono.
Bartender's next big league pitcher and loves to serve fire brewed Strohs. See what I mean? That was his fastball. That was the curve. Wild pitch. What was that? Relief pitcher.
Strohs and Stroh Light, fire brewed for smoother taste. If you're a smoker, inside this little can is a legitimate alternative. This is Skull Bandits, an individual portion of wintergreen flavored tobacco in a neat, pre-moistened pouch. What you do is put one between your lip and gum. What you get is great tobacco taste without lighting up, and you can enjoy it wherever you are. If you're a smoker, try Skull Bandits. 20 pouches to a can. Take a pouch instead of a puff.
450 degrees. That's how hot parts of your car's engine can get, even in ordinary driving.
Watch how heat and stress can break apart your oil's protective molecules. That's motor oil breakdown. STP oil treatment's heat-activated molecules fight motor oil breakdown, fortifying your oil with extra lubricants and anti-wear agents.
Get extra protection. Fight motor oil breakdown with STP oil treatment. STP! Your car care company.
Beautiful day for racing in Pocono, Pennsylvania. Almost 100 degrees at trackside, and the competition just as hot. Harry Gant's the leader. Terry Labonte is 2nd, then Earnhardt, Yarborough, all Chevrolets, then the Ford of Elliott. On the right side of your screen is David Pearson. He's one lap down. As they go for the restart, he'll try to get back on the lead lap. And the green flag flies over the green and white car of Harry Gant. Again, they pan out down the straightaway and jostle for position. Into turn one. Elliott drops to the inside, so does Cale. Earnhardt goes up high. It'll be Harry Gant. Middle of the corner with the lead. Labonte is second, and Pearson was unable to get back on the lead lap. His car did not get as good a jump on the restart.
No, I didn't like it. He's having a little problem with the chassis right now. The car not handling well it was early in the race.
Harry Gant up front as they pass what must be the largest crowd ever to see a stock car race at Pocono. Grandstand jammed to capacity. And Labonte jamming his way into the lead. Drops to the inside on Gant as they head for that long turn number 3. Labonte, Gant's car skittering around a bit on the flat surface of that corner as the field swings by the start-finish stripe. Labonte takes him down low, trying to break the draft, and like a big snake uncoiling, everybody follows, except Cale Yarborough on the right side of your screen. Yarborough moves into fourth behind Labonte, Gant, and Pearson in the running order. Of course, Pearson's a lap down. That'll make Yarborough third place car in the race. Earnhardt now fourth. Terry Labonte, the Corpus Christi, Texas native, that Billy Hagan took off the Texas short tracks to drive his stock car. Dale Inman, first cousin of Richard Petty, and for many years, Petty's team manager. He is the crew chief on that 44 car. And Dale Inman around the garage area is respected as one of the best strategists in all of racing.
Not only that, Mike, he's very good with the chassis, and right now Terry's proven it. The car is handling extremely well, and that's the name of the game here at Pocono.
Dale Earnhardt makes it 3 wide. Cale caught in the middle, Pearson up high, but they will pass Pearson as they get into the corner. And Earnhardt will take the third spot. There's Labonte and Gant, and Earnhardt slides up high. Cale's coming back after him. Earnhardt's car not working too well down at turn number 1. He drives for Richard Childress, himself a driver for some 8 years on the Winston Cup circuit. He's with Charlie Harmel.
Richard, you're staying on the place, but you're not gaining. Is there anything you can do to try to catch up?
Well, we're a little bit off right now. Our tires stagger. We're going to try to make the adjustment on the next stop and see if we can catch back up. We're running about the same pace, but we just lost some on the cold tires.
Like Neil Bonnet today, Richard Childress spent a few races wondering what he was doing not being in that race car, but he's adjusted well to the role of team owner.
He really has, Mike, and he knows how to correct the problem when Dale tells him. Just like the tire stagger, you know, they got a little bit too big a left rear, a little bit too small of a left rear, or something like that, and the car doesn't handle nearly as well like that.
Childress crew chief, Kirk Shelmerdine, a Pennsylvania native. He's from Philadelphia. Labonte on your left, Harry Gant on your right. Stuck together like peanut butter and jelly. There's Cale Yarborough moving up. Cale now in the third spot with Earnhardt back in fourth, and Bill Elliott's fourth in fifth. And Cale has wasted no time in reeling in the leaders over the tunnel turn number 2.
Mike, you know, it seems like the car that's leading off of that turn gets extremely loose. No matter who's leading, whoever it is in front gets loose off that corner.
There's Labonte, and his car just darts back and forth in turn 3. Won't hold the low groove. Oh, excuse me. Here comes Cale. Now, once in the straightaway, we'll see who's got the horsepower. And Labonte, with help from a little bit of draft from Gant, in front of him, and Earnhardt behind him, edges ahead of Cale. But handling is the story in turn 1, and Cale's got it. Cale is second. They stack up right there. Labonte in third, Earnhardt in fourth, Bill Elliott in fifth. That's the way they come off the corner and down the long pond straightaway.
And those 5 cars just pull away from the rest of the field right now.
Off for the tunnel turn, the medium bank turn of this race course. Over the infield spectator tunnel. And now into the short chute. Labonte right behind Yarborough.
two are having a pretty good race right now, Mike. One will slip a little bit, and the other will gain, and they swapped several times early on in the race. And Terry's car just gets loose off the corner right now. I don't know what the problem is, but maybe the tire stagger's not right or something, but he's just not as tight off the corner as he was before.
Long gap back to 6th place, Ricky Rudd. In 7th place, Waltrip. Cale Yarborough wants the lead in turn 1. Now Harry Gant looks like he's working really well through the first corner.
And I'll tell you, they're really getting that corner off the load, Mike. They actually below the yellow line that separates the apron from the racetrack, but he is handling extremely well there. And I don't know, we'll see if this car gets loose off that corner like everybody that's been leading so far has.
No, we won't, because Cale will lead them off turn 2.
He sure will.
That's how quickly things change here at Pocono, one of the most competitive tracks on the NASCAR circuit, and you're seeing why. Earnhardt wags the tail on the right side of your screen. 3 wide in the short straightaway. Elliott, Labonte, and Earnhardt as they get into turn 3. You don't see that often. You see him down the front stretch 3 and 4 wide, but not up there.
Well, with Dale Earnhardt, you always see him 3 wide anywhere, Mike. And I notice now that Elliott's car is really sticking awfully well, and he's content to ride there 5th right now, but they got to watch out for that guy.
Bill Elliott in the Ford, trailing 4 Chevrolets. Cale Yarborough at the head of that pack. Harry Gant, Dale Earnhardt, Terry Labonte, Bill Elliott. A look from the tunnel turn down the Long Pond straightaway. They fan out 2 abreast again. Now you see everybody drafts with Gant. He'll get a little advantage here from that draft, but then Earnhardt moves up behind Cale, who drops in line. Off the tunnel turn. Yeah, Gant's a little bit loose, but Cale really brought the car around.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what he did. He tried to go right under Harry Gant, and Earnhardt tried to change length on it, which helped pull his car sideways.
You really can monkey around with a car ahead of you when you're in the draft.
I'm telling you, really can do it, Mike. And you can make a car push or be loose by where you put your car when you're behind.
You saw Tim Richmond's car on pit road, and here's Elliott. Now the Fords don't get quite the gas mileage that the Chevrolet, the other GM cars do. So it's not surprising to see Elliott pit first, but here is Earnhardt pitting right with him, and that Richard Childress crew will go to work. Earnhardt slams into the pit sign. Ron Bouchard, the Massachusetts driver, on his home racetrack, he's on pit road. As Cale Yarborough maintains the lead here.
And what's unusual about this, Mike, is Cale is usually one of the first Chevrolets to pit. And he's going the longest right now.
He's on pit road now. Here's Dick Brooks, the Chameleon Ford of Junie Donlevy. They go to work. Right side tires for most of these cars. These are scheduled pit stops under the green. And we'll be right back with more racing at Pocono.
These are the men who built Mustang SVO, who made the engine turbocharged and intercooled, the shocks gas-filled Coneys, the tires Goodyear NCTs, who put disc brakes on all 4 wheels, because they think more about precision and discipline and 0 to 50 than they do about 9 to 5. They are Ford Special Vehicle Operations, and this is Mustang SVO. Have you driven the best-built American cars? Have you driven a Ford lately?
New Valvoline Turbo 5 motor oil, specially engineered to take the searing heat of turbos. Temperatures twice as high as non-turbo engines, hot enough to cook normal oils. If you've changed to a turbo, change to new Turbo 5. Extra protection for any engine, proven protection for turbos. Valvoline Turbo 5, symbol of protection. Valvoline Turbo 5, the newest symbol of protection in the quality line of Valvoline motor oils.
At Pocono, Pennsylvania, here's the way they stand. Terry Labonte up front. Bill Elliott in second. Harry Gant is third. Fourth is Yarborough. Fifth is Richmond as Yarborough runs up against Harry Gant. Battling for third. Labonte in the Chevrolet and Elliott's Ford ahead of him. NASCAR scoring has Bobby Allison and Dale Earnhardt 1 lap down. While we were away, the caution flag came out, and it was a couple of laps before the pace car picked up the field. NASCAR has informed the crew chiefs, Gary Nelson in Bobby's case, and Kurt Shelmerdine for Dale Earnhardt, that they lost a lap in the pits for pitting too early before the caution car picked up the field.
Well, what really happened, I think, Mike, it looked like to me the caution car didn't come out because they didn't know who to pick up. They weren't told either from NASCAR, however they do it, and weren't sure who the leader was at the time, and that's the reason for it. Now they're showing Bobby and Dale a lap down.
Bit of confusion and a lot of discussion going on in those two respective pits.
In the meantime, we got a mighty good race going on.
Ron Bouchard has slowed. The leaders go by him. Former Rookie of the Year from Pittsburgh, Massachusetts. Cale Yarborough and Harry Gant are battling for third behind Terry Labonte and Bill Elliott. Now, Gant was the last driver to make a pit stop. He should be able to go all the way.
Well, really, Mike, right now they get awful close, and you know, Cale was one of the last ones to stop a while ago, so he's got a good load of fuel on board, and you know, really, it's marginal. It's very marginal right now if you can go all the way.
Without another caution flag, it will be questionable who can go the distance, but nobody's worried about gas mileage right now as they race for third spot. Gant on the inside, Yarborough on the outside, down the front straightaway, which is newly repaved. You see the break there between the new and old pavement going into the corner.
Right, and I'll tell you, those guys weren't saving any gas right then. They were both flat out down that long front straightaway.
Cale pulls right up on the deck lid of Harry Gant. A lot of improvements at this speedway from 1984. New pavement on the front stretch, a new infield VIP tower, some amenities for the huge crowd of fans that have jammed in here to see these cars run, and it'll be back July 22nd for the Light Cola 500. If they see this kind of racing, they will get their nickels worth. Harry Gant,
they
on the inside
a
wheel again.
Race today, Mike.
Tim Richmond is right there. He's among the leaders as Gant squeezes through for third spot. Richmond is there, Earnhardt is there, and Allison. Now they are a lap down, remember. It is Allison who's gotten the best gas mileage in all of NASCAR racing the past couple of years. In fact, after Charlotte 2 weeks ago, NASCAR inspectors almost cut his car completely apart to see if he was hiding any extra gas tanks anywhere.
Yeah, I know, Mike, and the funny thing about it, Bobby told one of the inspectors he wished he'd hurry up and find it where he could hook it up.
And Cale Yarborough looks like he wishes he could hook up some handling to that car. Loose off the corner. Cale brings it right down the straightaway, ducks under Harry Gant to take third spot away once again. Gant settles right in on his bumper over that tricky tunnel turn, and Gant's car is loose. Boy, is he having trouble there.
Well, what I said, Mike, that's more the draft than anything else.
Look at 3 wide. Earnhardt is right with him. Now he's hopping mad. They've told him on the radio that he's a lap down over the two-way radio from Karn to Richard Childress. He's trying to scramble to get back on the lead lap. So he passes Gant and Yarborough. It's not for position. Here is Richmond. This is for position. It's for third spot. 3 wide. Richmond, Gant, Yarborough. Bobby Allison is right there with him. So is Lake Speed. They just can't run 3 wide into that corner.
Well, they sure can't, Mike. And they're showing Lake Speed a lap down also, and I don't really understand. I don't know about that. There comes Bobby up underneath the bottom, and I know right now he is really trying to get his lap back.
Allison, Earnhardt, they've both been in the chase all day, but they're being scored 1 lap down. Gant is falling in behind them as they lap by one of the slower cars and head for turn 3. Cale Yarborough. He and your brother have been battling back and forth over the years to see who can win the most races. I don't think either one will ever catch Petty or Pearson, but it's going to be quite a battle for career wins for third overall.
Well, right now they are tied, Mike, and you know, both of them really want to win this race more than to set the record, but just to win this race.
Bobby Allison won this race last year. Then fuel mileage was the story. He outdistanced all his rivals on that last tank of gas. Harry Gant slips underneath him, and Allison, who is a lap down, will be a long shot at best today, regardless of the gas mileage story.
And right now, I think what it is, Mike, his car is not doing as well, although he might be a little aggravated also, yet he wants to give Harry every opportunity to win a race if he can win it.
So Harry Gant runs off and leaves Bobby Allison over that tunnel turn and tries to track down the leaders. leaders, Terry Labonte in the Billy Hagan Chevrolet and the Harry Melling Ford of Bill Elliott. Two young drivers, both with a tremendous future ahead of them. Elliott has one win out of Riverside, California. Labonte won the Southern 500 at Darlington a couple of years ago, then went through a long dry spell before winning again this year.
You know, Mike, right now that the Ford is at a disadvantage because it's using more fuel than the GM cars, and those two guys run an awful hard. So
why is that? The Ford doesn't get as good gas mileage.
Well, I'm not really sure. You know, it just takes more gas to operate the Ford for some reason or other, and I think probably it's the gear, Mike. They run a lot higher gear. They work the engine a little harder on account of it does not turn the RPM that the Chevrolet does, and that's the reason I would say it is. But those guys run awful hard now to be trying to save gas.
If you're a smoker, inside this little can is a legitimate alternative. This is Scoy Bandits, an individual portion of wintergreen flavored tobacco in a neat, pre-moistened pouch. What you do is put one between your lip and gum. What you get is great tobacco taste without lighting up, and you can enjoy it wherever you are. If you're a smoker, try Scoy Bandits. 20 pouches to a can. Take a pouch instead of a puff.
East Point, Maine and Old Milwaukee both mean something great to these guys. East Point means a New England clam bake, summer fun and food at its best. And Old Milwaukee means a great beer. Cold, crisp Old Milwaukee beer and smooth golden Old Milwaukee Light. Old Milwaukee and Old Milwaukee Light. Taste as great as their name.
No, guys, it doesn't get any better than this.
Nose to tail for the lead. Now there's just one, Terry Labonte Chevrolet.
And you know, like I was telling you earlier, Mike, the Ford just doesn't get the good gas mileage, and he has already stopped and made his pit stop.
So Elliott's now in the fourth place. Labonte leads, Yarborough, Gant, Bill Elliott, Darrell Waltrip, and Tim Richmond. There's Cale Yarborough, third on the NASCAR all-time win list, tied with Bobby Allison, trying to break that tie today. He's the runner-up to this man. Very soft-spoken Texan. And there is Dale Earnhardt, who's driven an exceptional race, but found himself a lap down, along with Bobby Allison, Blake Speed, Benny Parsons, and Joe Rutland. Here's Labonte, low, coming off turn number 3. In fact, he's very low. He's headed for pit road. Labonte is out of gas.
And I'm sure at this stage of the game, Mike, they will take just very little gas and go right back on.
Won't be time for tires if he's to have any chance here. Gas man, Wayne Dalton doing his job. Terry's younger brother, Bobby Labonte, he's got the gas catch can running there after the car. And Labonte's back on the racetrack, but what a disappointment. There's no gas gauges in these cars.
No, and as close as they can figure, Mike, they figure they get somewhere around 5 miles to the gallon, and there's no way to know if you're leading a draft or if you're following the draft, you might get better or worse, and there's just no way to tell.
Your brother gets 6.
Well, sometimes.
There's Bill Elliott's Ford. He's had to make his pit stop. Like the Labontes, where Terry's brother and his dad are on the pit crew. The Elliott's a family racing operation. Harry Melling owns the team. But Bill's dad, George, works on the crew. His brother Ernie is crew chief, and his brother Dan is co-crew chief.
There's a lot of family in that car right there too, Mike. You know, Greg and Waddell's sons. Waddell does the engine, and his sons work in the engine room and work on that car also. So it's quite a family deal.
Waddell Wilson, the crew chief and engine builder. Harry Renier owns that automobile. Cale hasn't skipped a beat as he comes off the straightaway.
Right now he's hoping he's got enough fuel to go all the way.
Does Yarborough have the best handling car on this racetrack, and does he have enough gas to go all the way? Charlie Harville?
Well, we put one round of light in the car, and other than that, it feels pretty good. He says that it's better when the tires gets wore down a little bit. We got a little bit tight on new tires, and then the tires come in, and then he begins to get going good. How's your gas mileage? Well, we've worked hard on than that. We're still not getting as good as Bobby, but we're getting a little closer.
Well, nobody's gotten too close in quite a while. Allison is still the gas mileage champion of NASCAR. When he says we put around a bite in it, he's not talking about the hamburgers on the side of that car, is he?
No, he's not. He's talking about around the wedge and the left rear. And see, right now, Harry again is riding right behind Bob. He's saving all the fuel he can save, and that might just win the race for him.
Yarborough, Gant, up front. Labonte has stopped for fuel. Elliott has stopped for fuel.
And the other two guys, if they run out of gas, Labonte and Elliott will be right there racing for the win.
Well, if you don't have a gas gauge, of course they're keeping track in the pits how many laps you run, and they're trying to plot when to make that stop. But how do you know out there in the race car?
Well, you only got to go by the two-way radio, Mike, and it's up to the man with the calculator in the pits, and if he figures wrong, he just ran out of gas. That's all there is to it.
Well, it happened here last year. Kyle Petty ended up pushing his father onto pit road. Dave Marcus ended up pushing Bobby onto pit road when everybody ran out of gas under caution. But today, they're under green. They're trying to race those near empty tanks of gas to the checkered flag. Bobby Allison, Harry Gant drafting off him. Now we look at Cale Yarborough. More than a turn around the racetrack. Ahead of Gant.
And Cale doesn't have any help right now either, Mike. He's got nobody to draft on where Harry does. So my guess would be the man that would come near to making it right now might be Harry Gant.
With all the horsepower Waddell builds into those engines, how do you put all that power under the hood and talk about gas mileage all at the same time?
Well, that man pushing that button now, that gas pedal in that car right now is the one that's conserving that gas for him. And he knows now he's got to make it to the end of the race. He can't stop.
Cale has 6 miles left to run. That's a little more than a gallon of gas that he'll need. If it's in there, he can win this race. And if it's not,
well, I'll tell you right now, Mike, that's a long 6 miles.
Across the stripe, 2 laps to go. 5 miles for Cale Yarborough. And what started as a 500-mile NASCAR race becomes a 5-mile economy run for Yarborough. And for Harry Gant, the second-place car. Neither one has stopped for gas. If they falter, it's Labonte and Elliott. They've already made their fuel stops and gotten enough to go the distance.
Well, I can tell you right now that Wilson, as careful as he is about things like this, pretty well knows he's got enough fuel in that car to make it to the end. And you know, like I said, Cale's not taking it easy by any means right now. He's running pretty hard.
There's Waddell Wilson, car owner Harry Renier, Travis Carter and the crew, nobody holding any gas cans. They're going to let this one play out. 3.5 miles to go for the 2 lead cars. There's Cale. Around turn 3, he'll be a lap away from the checkered flag. NASCAR rules say you can be pushed into the pits for gas, as happened here last year, but not on the last lap of the race. If he runs out of gas now, he can just coast to a stop out there.
That's all they can do, Mike. They changed that rule, or made a better interpretation of that rule when Bobby ran out of gas on the last lap.